Okay, everyone, happy Friday. This is Mystic Hierophant here. I'm doing a general reading for the divine feminine and masculine aspects. General guidance throughout different parts of the day, love, business, interactions, finances, what have you. So right now we have divine masculine, divine feminine. Again, don't be fooled by the gender. It's beyond that. So divine masculine, we have divine alchemy, holy amethyst, and her message is divine alchemy. For divine feminine, we have Cloak of Wisdom by Master Katumi. Let's turn these up right. You know, this is just reiterating for me, for this deck in reverse, that what they're advising. And for divine masculine, I did a post today on my Instagram at Mystic Hierophant. By the way, if you like the video, please like. You can also subscribe as well. But for divine masculine, it's an active energy for them today. They're being asked to work, be assertive, go out and get it. Just be assertive. For the divine feminine, it's a quiet day today. I think maybe the weekend is quiet. There was a lot of work that divine feminine has been doing, and so there's a need for the divine feminine to retreat, to wear Cloak of Wisdom, to I get a sense of to be silent, to be in solitude. So maybe it's a literal retreat, going to your sacred space, kind of incubating a little bit. There were some hermit cards I was seeing from other readers coming up a lot as well. Let's go into what could be some of the challenges. Let's say divine feminine. Sorry, let's do divine masculine. Some of the challenges divine masculine might be facing today, or let's just say is up against, ready to overcome. Some challenges for the divine masculine today. Okay, what are some challenges for divine feminine today? Okay, divine masculine. Okay, all right. You're moving through things. You're releasing things. You have released them, so you're moving on from certain aspects. It could be a relationship. It could be let's say an argument or a serious discussion, a heart-to-heart that you have with somebody. Also, I sense that moon energy, that maybe that eclipse too has been affected that, or maybe instigated that to speeding up the process. With the eclipses, the one that just passed of the last three, if things aren't handled, the eclipse is going to make sure that's whatever the situation is going to be taken care of. So it looks like that really kind of factored in and kicked up the dust a little bit for your overall good and that other person's overall well-being as well. Let's see if I'm getting any more from this. Yeah, looks like there was a grounding energy, healing energy from that too. Yeah, let's go into divine feminine. Divine feminine. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I guess with this card, sometimes the Seven of Wands for other decks. This is the Aquarian Tarot deck. I really like this deck, but for Seven of Wands and of Rods in this deck, I get a sense of defending. Yeah, maybe having a higher ground. That could be read in other decks, but this one too is a little bit of exhaustion. Having to defend yourself too. Maybe using your throat. Maybe using your throat more than you want to. Your throat chakra. Your speaking. Maybe just not in a regular tone, but kind of more in an assertive tone. Having to defend your truths, the reason why you're doing certain things that way. That I felt like has caused a little bit of exhaustion to you. Using really digging up and getting that, calling upon that willpower. To not do things a certain way, to not do things or go about things how other people want you to, or how the majority, or how maybe your family wants you to go about certain ways, certain traditions. Okay, let's go to sorry, shoot the camera there. What are some of the ways divine masculine and feminine can heal themselves? let's go there. So we dealt with the challenges. Go into healing. Oops, this one just kicked out. Oh, wow. Okay, 2. Perfect. So let's do divine masculine, divine feminine. Okay, wow. Some great cards here. So we got sacred sexuality. So there's a lot of fire in male. You know, males have the testosterone is really, especially when you're in a mode of intimacy or you are into someone. That sexuality kicks up. I mean, again, you could be feminine and tapping into your masculine aspects as well, because women have so they have sexual urges as well too. But it's not really asking you to honor the sacred sexuality, whatever you're feeling about a certain person, or whatever passion you're feeling about that task you're doing or that goal you have. It's completely fine. But I sense this one too is also for the lovers out there who are also in a relationship or in separation from a sacred soul partner. Maybe in a relationship or maybe having some difficulties or marriage as well. Really honor your sacred sexuality, who you are as a male or female, as a human being. There's power in sex, in your sexuality. Whatever your interests are, as long as it's safe and it's healing both of you, giving joy to both of you, or several of you, depending on what the agreement is, the honest agreement. But especially in America, I know there's still a lot of issues with sex that's repressed, and a lot of that's coming out and coming to fruition about the joys of sex, the healing powers of sex. Let's go into divine feminine miracles. This is the first time I've actually pulled this card. It's a fairly new deck, and this is the very first time I've pulled this card. And it's actually kind of resonating and matching with the Gatumi here, with this Ankh that he has here. You can see that right underneath his throat, around his heart area. And the Ankh here, which is a symbol of healing, masculine and feminine, spiritual and matter and material. You have the sun. Okay, so miracles. So, whatever it is you're worried about, you're concerned about, that kind of goes into the 7 of Rods here. You're dealing with a lot of things. You've been doing a lot of inner work, and you've been challenged a lot from outside forces, maybe forces within yourself as well. Miracles are here. This is always a great card because it lets us realize that we're not doing things all on our own. Not only from the higher realms, but from what I've read was unknown friends coming to your aid, helping you, and then that's really going to come through in this kind of retreat stage, restoration, solitude stage that you're going to be in, and that it's required that you take for yourself, for your overall well-being, because again, also the divine feminine and masculine aspects are within yourself. So the divine feminine is needed by the divine masculine to communicate to that energy what it's receiving, what the divine feminine is receiving intuitively. And when she's burnt out, when that energy is burnt out, it's going to be hard for the male energy, the masculine energy to go forth and be assertive and do what's right for the soul. Okay, let's go into business and finance, prosperity and wealth. What is best for the divine masculine, divine feminine to achieve for themselves within business and their finances, prosperity and wealth? Let's do divine masculine, divine feminine. What's best for the divine feminine? This one's kicking up. Let's do divine masculine first. Ideas. Okay, these ideas have been kicking up, probably set forth from divine feminine, that intuitive aspect of within you. Also, maybe from your counterpart. It could be your boyfriend, who's kind of really intuitive, really based in his divine feminine. It could be from your girlfriend. It could be from yourself, that innermost man or woman within you. The affirmation on the back is it should be it should be encouraging to know that practically all the great fortunes begin in the form of compensation for personal services or from the sale of ideas. So you entrepreneurs out there, or maybe you're working in a corporate company, or you're just working your day job or night job, you've been having that idea that's kind of been itching. What they say in the spiritual community, or I don't want to say spiritual community, but the community of readers and channelers, there's this word going around called the niggle. Trust the niggle. So trust whatever it is, that buzz, that tingle you have, the niggle, or maybe you're hearing it in a song repeatedly, or someone coming to you, or friends, or passing by conversations where it's just kind of linking words together that actually thread into your idea. So for the Divine Feminine, we have potential power here. Your power. Knowledge is only potential power. It becomes power only when and if it is organized into definite plans of action and directed to a definite end. So recognizing the urges you're having and really allowing those to come to fruition up to you, because we can keep pushing back certain urges, certain ideas, certain motivations that are really going to progress us, because those motivations, those urges, you stepping into your power can cause change, or I should say transformation, which means old establishments, old rules are going to come up against you. They're going to want to, face you and say, why do you want to do that? What do you want to do that for? So it's asking you to realize that potential power and really honor it and allow it to come into its potentiality. Let's go into the angels here. We did another reading. We had another angel guarding us. So let's see for the Divine Feminine and Masculine. Let's do the angel of advice from the celestial hierarchy for the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. Okay, this is going to be the angel guiding you, guarding you, helping you today. Angel watching over Divine Feminine, guiding, offering us guidance. This one's... Okay, so for Divine Masculine, we have, Angel of Forgiveness. This has been really big. The masculine energy, I've said in my previous post, there's the divine masculine energy, but there's also that masculine energy, in different layers that's kind of made up of certain aspects of the divine masculine, probably because it's masking the divine masculine, but the masculine energy is what's projected onto us, in consequence of maybe your male gender too, or your physical build, or your strength. That's all kind of collected in your conscious, subconscious mind, and it creates certain thought forms and belief systems within you. And the masculine energy really is learning to forgive. To forgive yourself, because that aspect, especially the general masculine aspect, which I deem like the super soldier aspect, ultimate warrior, is very hard on itself. It can be very hard on others, especially judging others, because that's what the soldier and warrior does on the battlefield. Who's bad? Who's good? Who's on his side? Who's the enemy? Who did something to hurt them, because now he has to defend himself, or I'm not going to let you hurt me because I'm a warrior. That's going to make me weak. So all that kind of thinking and processing and subliminal messaging through society and your family and peers really affects and shrouds the true divine masculine, and makes that what we call just kind of the masculine energy. And it's asking for forgiveness. I choose to forgive all those who have hurt me in the past. Okay, so she has lilies, which is a symbol of purity and truth and innocence. Okay, so whatever it is you're experiencing, a lot of these things can be unknown. It could have been guiding you to certain people, relationships, to help you learn and break certain patterns. It's just maybe think and reflect, and maybe you are in separation with someone right now, and this is a great quote from Socrates is, be kind, for everyone is going through their own battles. So if it's your sacred soul partner, he or she is going through their own battles. I know they're not talking, you yourself who are here, who, like me, have been on this journey for a while. And there's another reader I heard, she, I think she's a twin flame as well. And she was saying, it's, I'm not going to downplay it, but she was saying it's a lot harder than what others may describe it as. It's very, very difficult. Those of you who are watching know the challenges, the knowing, having that divine feminine aspect, that intuitive knowing, and using your divine masculine to really to really go forth and use your communication, use your voice, be assertive, and reach out to them. And still, you know, you may have separation, or you may be the one running and sorry, chasing, and them and they're running away, and you constantly have to deal with that and learn, why is this happening, what do I need to learn, and constantly going through that, or improving yourself and still, you know, patiently waiting and you know, healing yourself while you come into sacred union. And this always comes up for many of you, is the forgiveness aspect, which is hard because, you know, it's like, how do you forgive? But that's a whole nother discussion I'd like to go into in another video, where I will. But it's about time, literally. It's about time, letting time heal, and knowing that however you handled it, or however it happened, it happened. You're here, you're standing, you're alive, you're well, you're healthy. You will be healthier and enjoy and more joyful. And what happened, whatever you needed to do, you did, and it was a learning lesson. Hopefully, you know, everything was handled peacefully, but forgiving yourself first, and then kind of stepping outside of yourself and realizing that, look, this person is human. They made this decision maybe because they thought they needed to. They were in fear. Maybe they were taught how to handle decisions like that from childhood. Whatever is the case, at a certain time when you're ready, and it's not going to happen immediately, you have to allow for it to process and heal, and step by step, and just know that you will go in peace. You will have peace. There will be peace and harmony, because you don't want to be in that state of mind forever, holding on to it, because it's not worth it, because it's just draining your energy. So sometimes, you know, you can just say, I forgive, and maybe you don't feel it. Maybe you don't feel like you're forgiving, but maybe you keep saying it, or maybe you use your own words. Maybe you just focus on yourself. And you know, instead of focusing on the other person or the emotions that come with it, you know, just drop that and say, you know what, I'm going to focus on myself. And that actually allows for peace to happen, consciously and subconsciously. Let's go into Divine Feminine, Angel of Being. This is one of the highest angels here in this deck. My soul rests in the truth that my being is eternal. Okay? So this is really deep. So I feel like this is a very special message for many out there. So this is a very romantic card as well. Both of these as well. I definitely sense a deeper message for the lovers out there, the sacred partners. You know, whatever you feel like you are, you know, more than I would. But you know, you can use any kind of label: divine partner, soul flame, soulmate, twin flame. Some of you know, maybe there's a karmic relationship that occurred, and this is why you're here. I've experienced those, definitely. So, you know, we have two chalices here, two cups. We have at the bottom, we have two beings. So a masculine and a feminine. And at the top, we have that all-seeing eye. Okay, so this is beyond form. This is in another realm, one of the highest realms, and this is really going to be felt through your meditation. But this is also offering, you know, partnership, heart to hearts, love. I'd say this is definitely in the highest forms of love. It's all love here. So it's for those partners out there, those sacred soul partners, whatever you're dealing with, as impossible it may seem, and I know that feeling, it's saying that your beings are eternal. Whatever part of the world you're from and you've encountered each other, whatever color, creed, faith you are, whatever size you are, this is minuscule. It's beyond that. Your souls are beyond that. You and your counterpart, your divine partner, have been through many lives together, many other planets, many other aspects of the etheric realms together, and this is just another journey. And so, at a certain point, when the healing has happened, and maybe the acceptance has happened, And maybe you don't need to reach the max capacity. Maybe you just need to reach a certain amount for each of you as far as the healing that needs to happen for you to really get into union. I'm not talking about the union that kind of, you come in union, then somebody dips out again. No, I'm talking about real union. I forgot where I was going. It's saying that your souls are eternal, and when that happens, that process happens, that's when they'll really reunite. And I've been learning on this journey is, sometimes I feel frustrated and helpless because it's like, well, we here in this body are just like, what are we here for then if the souls are really kind of dictating everything? And, there is some truth to that, but you have a part in it as well, because you can choose not to heal. You can choose not to take that next step. Or you can choose to work with your soul, because, we have to trust that our souls have the highest good, because they know the whole plan. They know the whole picture. They could see, we only know what's going to happen, but we barely know what's going to happen in the next hour. We have a plan. We work towards fulfilling that plan or goals we have. But who knows, there could be something that happens, a friend calls, or there's an emergency, or, you realize you actually forgot something, you have to rush back. So we have to trust ourselves in this aspect, no matter how frustrating we get. And this is when you rely on friends. You have to rely on your friends. I said this in another post, your friends, your family, as go-tos, your trusted friends, because a lot of them aren't going to understand your sacred soul partnership. They might understand, well, why are you wasting your time on this? You should have been left. You should just go and date somebody else, or have a fling. Talk to trusted partners, trusted friends. I'm going to pull one more card here. Okay, gratitude. This is the key right here. It's hard. Sometimes it's difficult. It's challenging to be in gratitude, learning to just stepping out, whatever frustration you say, you know what? I'm glad to be alive. I'm glad to be in the sunny weather, because they're actually in another state over. They're having a storm right now. I'm happy to be breathing. I'm happy to be able to be able to hang out with my friends tonight, to go dancing, to go to this retreat. I'm blessed. That's when all that negativity, the lower vibrations, I don't want to say negative, the lower vibrational thought forms that are starting to irritate you and cause the frustration, that's when they are subsiding, they vanquish. I've been getting some the mother energy, Kuan Yin too, aspect of Divine Mother. We got Mother Mary earlier in another reading I did, and she's really offering her grace, because a lot of you have worked really hard. A lot of you continue to work hard, and she wants to offer her grace and healing and love to you. And you don't have to be right all the time. That's part of the stress, is let go of the need to be right, surrender. And that's what the Divine Feminine aspect, the Divine Mother, is really talented at, and sending those energies to many of you, is to surrender, to be okay with not knowing what's going on, because that goes into the trust and faith as a cooperator, cooperating with the other spirits, your ancestors, cooperating with the friends and partners that the heavenly realms bring to you, and learning that you don't have to do it all alone. And then by you surrendering and you letting go psychologically, emotionally, those etheric thoughts that actually have been kind of creating certain attachments and certain fears start to lose their grip, start to be serrated and cut, severed in a good way. That means patterns start to drop. That means certain people don't need to come into your lives anymore. Certain relationships don't need to be had, whether it be a business partner, a very rapid relationship, or that one person you keep running into that you don't get along with. That doesn't need to happen anymore. Okay, so we got some great cards here, Divine Masculine and Feminine. Again, don't be fooled, because there's a feminine figure for this Divine Masculine, and there's a masculine figure for this Divine Feminine, but this is what it's about. These energies are above those physical aspects. These These are above gender. These are above what society thinks you should be, okay? But these energies are within each and every one of you, and this is our job, primarily, our primary purpose here on Earth. My belief is to bring both of these energies within each and every one of us into union, into marriage, so that we can be whole again, so that we can really go back to or return to our divinity, okay? Our wholeness. All right, hopefully this helps. If you want a further reading, you can email me at themystichierophant. This is a general reading. Take what resonates with you. Yeah, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. There's going to be more content, more talks. I'm also on Instagram at Mystic Hierophant. Yeah, shoot me an email, send me a message. You can send me a question too as well on maybe a topic you'd like to talk about. And I do have a link for donations. A lot of these, whatever amount is generous. They help me get more decks. I got this great cloth full of the Ohm symbols and much more here from a generous donation from Germany. She knows who she is. And I also got this from another donation, this Magdalene Oracle deck that we partly used today. It's great. Beautiful cards. Beautiful cards here. All right. Have a happy Friday. Great weekend. Be in gratitude. Bye.